It is December 6th, 2022, and this is the latest news update for Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC Rob. Let's jump into the news now. The first story is from El Colombiano. It's entitled, "The United States Has No Objections to Colombia's Total Peace Policy," says the Ministry of Defense. This was the meeting of the defense ministers of Colombia and the United States that took place in Washington. Okay, it says the United States has not raised any objection to the plan of the government of Gustavo Petro to seek peace by approaching armed groups, including the National Liberation Army, the ELN, Defense Minister Ivan Velasquez assured from Washington. The Minister of Defense made these statements to journalists in the United States Capitol, where he traveled for an official visit in which he met with his U.S. counterpart, Lloyd Austin, and that he will continue with meetings with other officials and legislators from the country. On the part of the United States, no concern was expressed on the contrary to support the total peace, Velasquez said about the Petro government's policy, which includes the dialogue with the ELN, which began last week in Caracas, and the rapprochement of dissidents of the extinct FARC. The road to security is peace, and that is why these organizations must be made to abandon their criminal actions, the minister stressed. Okay, next story again is from El Colombiano. It says this was the persecution to capture the freighters in Rio Negro. And in short, some cats did a robbery on a moto again, and the police happened to ride by, but they have this system, and I'll be showing the video right here. They have this system where they can follow you through the city. So it says the Rio Negro police, in a long pursuit through various roads in the urban area, managed to capture two alleged assailants moments after they were caught committing a case of freight forwarding. The robbery occurred in the La Jalaria section when the two subjects aboard the motorcycle approached a truck, and after intimidating the couple who were aboard it with a traumatic weapon, they achieved their goal of stealing from them their belongings, apparently money they had just withdrawn from a bank. The two robbers did not count on the fact that the entire assault was seen from the town's monitoring control center, CMC, which is connected to the police, who immediately began to pursue through the streets, and they were intercepted. There are two fewer criminals who are taken off the streets trying to rob people, said the official. Okay, my next story is from El Colombiano again, and I have one more from them as well. It says, it's entitled, "He was miraculously saved. He traveled hidden in a truck, fell asleep, and fell on the road." Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. This cat was sleeping. I'm showing the video here. He was sleeping on the back ledge of an 18-wheeler and just happened to fall off while the guys behind him in a truck were watching. It says the risk to which people who travel as stowaways in vehicles are exposed when evidenced by the case of a man who fell asleep in a cargo truck and fell onto the road in the jurisdiction of the municipality of Santa Rosa de Osos. The event was recorded on video by the occupant of another vehicle that was behind the truck and who recorded the exact moment when the man fell asleep and fell to the road. Crazy. Okay, next one again is from El Colombiano, and this is so to be aware of traffic. It's entitled, "Do you plan to go to Pueblito Paisa this Christmas? Be aware of mobility restrictions." Again, they're going to be shutting down the roads. It's only one or two to get into Pueblito Paisa, and everybody's going to want to go up there to see that view. It's beautiful. Okay, if you are going to enjoy this Christmas in Medellin, keep in mind that the authorities have arranged several restrictions and measures to avoid chaos in mobility and mishaps in public spaces. Among the general provisions are road closures in the areas with the highest influx of visitors. So there you go. Roads are going to be closed. You're going to have to check on that one daily, though. My next one is from Minuto Treinta. It's entitled, "They Gave Hands to 30 Alleged Criminals in the Center of Medellin." That's right. They went on an all-out raid in El Centro, and they picked up 30 alleged criminals. It says, with the raid, the police assured that it clarifies 22 homicides. Those captured are designated in addition to kidnapping, extortion, and displacing. So these cats were some bad dudes, and they went around and they caught up with them. It says the Metropolitan Police of the Aburra Valley reported the capture of 30 people investigated for the crimes of homicide conspiracy to commit a crime, kidnapping, and other crimes. According to the report, the captures occurred in the downtown area of Medellin. 15 people were captured by court order and another 15 were notified. According to the authorities, all would be part of the same criminal group. Okay, my next story again is from Minuto 30. It's entitled, Police Have Been Patrolling in a Caravan Through Laureles and San Javier. That's right. They just riding around in a caravan. As you see here, they're riding around, causing some disturbance, causing some noise, letting people know that they're in the area. It says uniformed members of the Metropolitan Police have been making caravan tours since the beginning of the Christmas season. Okay, the constant tours, specifically through Laureles and San Javier, have been made up of officials from the police, Ministry of Mobility, Social Inclusion, Ministry of Security and Coexistence, National Army, and Civil Defense. So they're out there riding around. Now, again, I want to leave on a bit of good news. This one is from El Colombiano again, and this has to do with the lotto there. With these numbers, the biggest prize in the history of Medellin lottery fell. In other words, somebody hit the big one. It says the prize was 20,000 million pesos. Through the extraordinary draw of this lottery, dry prizes fell in other regions of the country as well. It says there's a new millionaire in Medellin from the Medellin Lottery Extra account, which with the numbers of 0735 of the 406 series delivered 20,000 million pesos this Sunday. This was the biggest prize awarded by Medellin Lottery in its history. This award was sold by the services Unired SAS agency, and it is the first time that the extraordinary has fallen since 2015. In addition, two dry prizes of 10,000 million pesos have fell in Monteria and Cali. 2,093 million pesos were also delivered in approximations. There you go. So there's the latest news for Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Remember my top 3 things before going to Medellin. You know what that is? Learn Spanish. Number 2, learn Spanish. And number 3, learn Spanish. And as usual, travel, but travel safely. We'll see you guys soon.
So I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you go down and hit subscribe. And definitely like. It helps that YouTube algorithm. You know what I'm talking about? See what I'm saying?
Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.
We have a YouTube channel, like it!
Please comment and share if you liked the video. Please subscribe and kick the bell.